have a huge fleet of motorcycles, and I'd like to talk on that a little bit. I know you've kind of got a whole gamut of stuff out there. What are some of your favorite ones in the bunch that you like to ride a lot? I know, obviously the Versus is one for me, but I also like the KX252 stroke that you kind of take out a good bit on single track stuff. That's one of my favorite ones too. What's some of your favorites?
So let's start with the KX250 stories. Um, I have three of those things, guys. '07s. Last year they were made, and that was the last. '05 or '07. Those were the last years I was really racing a 252 stroke, and I have the last one I had, and then there was this period around like '08, '09 where you could buy blown up last gen 252 strokes for like, I think I bought one of them for $700 and the other for $500. I mean, you could never do that now. Even blown
Yeah.
up, people want $2,000 for them,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
or they'll just rebuild them and sell them for three or $4,000. But so I just grabbed these, and they set for a while, and I fixed them, and I had three of them. And people are begging me to sell them, and I'm like, Dan, I just can't. It's the last year they're made. I just can't.
Yeah.
So what do you do with three of them, right? So I had one set up for moto. I had one that was pristine off the floor, had never even had the head or anything taken off of it, like 20 hours on it. I knew I wasn't going to ride that one. And then I had a third one, and I was like, this is about the time I started working at AOMC, and I got I got interested in single track. And I thought, you know what? I don't really have 10 grand right now to go get a KTM.
Yeah.
Can I make this KX into a viable single track bike? And, surprisingly enough, you don't have a lot of stuff to choose from, but it makes a pretty damn good single track bike once you do a flywheel weight, a recluse, oversized
Yep.
tank. So, I did that, and I rode single track on that thing for a year. I went and raced, I won the C class. I'd never raced off road before, so I go to Burning Rock. I sign up in the C class on the KX and beat all the new KTMs and betas and everything.
Oh, that's a
And
good
yeah, it was awesome. I rode that KX, and like, you could go to an off road race on that thing and not see a single other person on a KX 250,
Yep.
which is pretty cool. So
Yeah,
I did that for a year before I got a KTM. It was really fun. I'll probably never sell any of those KXs, honestly. But besides that, I did end up getting a 2018 KTM 300XC, which I really love because it's it's last year of the carburetor, electric start with backup kick. So
nice.
it's kind of like that sweet spot.
Yep.
I like that thing. My main moto ride is a 2023 KTM 450 SXF. I got a bunch of random dual sports. I basically spent my 20s wheeling, dealing, sacrificing, buying blown up stuff. I had this like phobia that I was going to have a bike blow up or break down, and one day I wouldn't have a bike to ride. And this phobia caused me to basically just collect all these bikes. And I'm at the point now, Krista's probably going to kill me if I get any more. I just I finally got my dream dual sport there a couple weeks ago, Husky 701.
Oh,
That put me up to like 28 or 29 bikes or something. I have to quit. I've got to quit.
I felt bad for having 4.
Yeah.
So I know I've seen a lot of videos recently. What, you got a CRF 250L as well?
That is Krista's bike. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we keep that for her. But so I actually did some dual sport on that last month because what was it? Because my DR was down. I was rebuilding the shock on my DR. And so all I had was the 250L, and I was like, I'm going riding. And I had ridden it some, don't get me wrong, but I hadn't really taken it out for a day of dual sporting to really see what it was capable of, and it surprised the hell out of me.
There for about a 2-year period, one of the guys we ride with, AJ, had a 250L. I had a KLX 250, and we took those bikes in places they were never intended to ever end up. I mean, it was really fun. I still have my KLX today, and it's a really fun bike to just wring the the guts out of to get every last fraction of a horsepower out of it.
Yeah, I mean, you can ride that thing like a dirt bike. It's really wild.
They're
The
cheap
way I
off.
kind of described it in my videos is like it's the perfect dual sport if you don't care about that power tool. If you don't care about
Yep.
being able to lighten the front end at the flick of your wrist,
Yep.
it's it's perfect. And it's probably the bike that a lot of people should be riding.